Now on Talking Solutions, we've got the American Cancer Society. I want to welcome back Josiah from ACS.
Yes.
Also, for the first time, Samantha Molinaro.
Yeah.
It's that time of the year we're getting ready for making strides against breast cancer. Samantha.
Yes.
What are the plans for this year?
Well, this year it's going to take place out at Red Rock Casino on October 27th, the last Sunday in October. Registration opens at 7:30. The walk begins at 8:30. We are looking to exceed the 30,000 walkers that we had last year.
30,000. I remember last year's event and how busy it was.
Yeah, it's a bit busy, but it's a lot of fun, a lot of pink music and dancing and celebrating. We'll have over 500 survivors in attendance, and we'll just get to love on them and have a good time.
I'm sure registration is already open.
Registration is open. Our website is makingstrideswalk.org/Las Vegas NV.
I always put all the links and information on the Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of our discussion today.
Fabulous.
Every year I hear about the kickoff event.
Yes.
So who goes to the big kickoff breakfast?
We have opened our doors to any survivors that want to come and attend. We have our leading sponsors that come out, team leaders and captains that make an appearance and kind of look at it as a big pep rally to get excited about turning the town pink and raising funds and awareness for breast cancer.
The American Cancer Society with this event every year, making strides against breast cancer. You mentioned survivors. Samantha, there's got to be more and more because breast cancer is still very serious, but not as deadly as it used to be.
Correct. Since about 1989, breast cancer death rates have dropped by 40%. We are definitely trending in the right direction and hoping to continue funding research and medicines that can continue to drop that death rate.
40% drop. That is huge.
Yes.
Is that where the funds from the Making Strides Walk will be applied?
Yes, some of the funds do go to breast cancer research. We also have certain breast cancer programs we fund here locally and nationwide.
Samantha, what do you do for the American Cancer Society?
I am the Community Development Manager. I oversee all of our pink initiatives, including our Breast Cancer Walk, as well as our Real Men Wear Pink campaign, which officially launched at the end of July and runs through the beginning of November.
When the Cowboys wear pink for NFR. I love that every year.
Yeah, we're still searching for one of them to represent Las Vegas.
And they will step up in their cowboy boots and their hats.
Yeah, it's really great to see the men that you don't typically see wearing pink in support of these survivors.
Samantha, one of the things that I often tell people about breast cancer is it is not strictly a women's medical condition. Back in the day, when I first started learning about breast cancer, at that time, I think I was hearing about 8% were men. And in fact, I had a friend here in Las Vegas years ago. He had to go get a mammogram. And I said, for a woman, that is no fun. But for a guy, wow, they're starting with ow.
Yeah. So I think the statistic is 1 in 1,000 men are diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. Mm-hmm. Odds are a bit different than women, being 1 in 8 in their lifetime. But yeah, we have men survivors that come out to the walk, and they're proud to be breast cancer survivors just as much as women are. And they tell their story, and they're very motivating as well.
And they should be proud. Mm-hmm. A guy that I worked with came out on Facebook, which I say is the fount of all knowledge. I wouldn't know about what was going on with all my friends if I didn't have the updates from Facebook.
True.
He came on and said that he was a stage 3 breast cancer survivor. He went through surgery and all of that. He's come through it a number of years now. But wow, you just don't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Men, there's almost shame a little bit with that. With a lot of cancers, unfortunately, you have people that can kind of get ashamed because breast cancer is a women's disease. We really are trying to dispel that because there's going to be almost 2,600 men diagnosed with breast cancer this year alone. And granted, that pales in comparison with the 270,000 women, but it's something that you can't ignore. And one of the things that we always say, regardless of the cancer, is know your body, know when something's different, and talk to your doctor because because those are the things that are going to be able to save your life.
Josiah LaRue is with us for today's Talking Solutions from the American Cancer Society, and Samantha Molinaro. We're talking about breast cancer specifically and breast cancer in men. You know, one of the things, Josiah, Samantha, that we've heard about for years is that we do need to do these monthly self-exams to, as you said, Josiah, know our body. But what about in the case of a man? You say it's not a huge number, but this is still a big issue. Like I said, my friend was stage 3 breast cancer in a man.
Yeah, and I think self-exams, they're definitely helpful, but it's really across the board, you know, knowing when you don't feel well, knowing when there's something like unexplained weight gain or there's something in your body that's not normal, right? That is different than what you've experienced. At that point, go and talk to your doctor. I mean, outside of visiting your doctor yearly for checkups, knowing when there's something different and being open about it. They say that the one person you lie to the most is the doctor. Don't do that. That is something that could really affect your chance of survival, because the earlier we detect any cancer, but breast cancer specifically, the earlier it's detected, the better chance you have for survival. If it's detected at stage 1 or below, there's nearly 100% chance of survival, which is a fantastic rate. You know, it's when it gets to stage 3 and stage 4 that you really run into those more difficult journeys. That's what we want to avoid. And it's those preventative measures and those screenings that are really going to impact you in the long term.
So we need to make sure, Josiah, that we don't say to our doctor when they go, everything good? And you're like, oh, yeah, no problem. Mm-hmm. You said don't lie to your doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, can I add one in there?
Yeah.
Don't lie to yourself either.
No.
I noticed long ago in the shower, you notice that something in your body feels different.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lie to yourself.
Yep.
Go and check it out now. Because, Samantha, you were saying we've got a 40% drop in breast cancer deaths.
Yes.
The numbers are way down, but one of the main reasons why they've dropped so greatly is because people took action.
Right.
And because when you catch a breast cancer, be it mostly female, but also occasionally among men, do it early. It's so easy to take care of.
Right. That goes with a lot of medical conditions, cancer obviously being a focus for us. But yeah, being truthful with yourself is a huge part of it.
Yeah, you are going to be your best advocate, and nobody knows your body like you do. Your doctor can ask you all these questions and do all these tests, but they're not going to do those tests and they're not going to ask you those questions until you say something, until you identify that, hey, maybe something's not quite right. It's those discussions with your doctor, whether it turns out to be something or not, that are really going to set you on a path for a long, healthy life. That's what we talk about when we're looking at prevention. It's talking to your doctor, making sure you're looking at those things, and then also doing the things like making sure you're staying active and eating right, not smoking, all of these things. Not one thing is going to either cause you to have cancer or cause you not to have cancer. It's a combination of a lifestyle that we promote that is going to reduce those chances of getting cancer, whether it's breast cancer or any other.
Talking Solutions. I'm your host, Terry Springs. In studio, Josiah LaRue, American Cancer Society, and Samantha Molinaro, the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk. This is huge. You said 30,000 people last year. I knew it was crazy, but wow.
Yes.
And you're trying for bigger numbers this year.
Sure, of course. We want to grow the event. We want to raise awareness. We want to highlight those survivors and thank our sponsors that have helped contribute to helping grow our event financially and through numbers.
Boy, when it gets that big, it just turns into a big party.
That's what we're hoping.
I'm in for a party.
A
Let's
party.
do this.
Yeah.
I'm all good.
Well, and this year especially, it's our 20th anniversary here in Las Vegas.
I didn't know that.
So, yeah, the event as a whole across the country has been around since 1993, but this is going to be our 20th year, so we really want to have it go off with a bang. And we've got a brand new presenting sponsor, Optum Care Cancer Care. They have a new facility right down on Charleston and Rancho.
Close to UMC. I've driven by it.
It's beautiful. If you get a chance, I suggest just stopping in and taking a look at it. They're a fantastic sponsor for us. We have some great flagship sponsors. Always coming back every year is Caesars Entertainment. They're amazing. Smith's Food and Drug. They provide water, bananas, granola bars to make sure everybody has enough energy for that morning. We also have Station Casinos and Red Rock. Obviously, they are our hosts for the event. And I can't say enough. They have Project Pink that they launch in October. So if you are listening and you're wondering how you can help, visit a Station Casino property in October and see what's going on with Project Pink, because supporting them is supporting supporting us. We also have Molly's, a fantastic local company, a local casino. They are the pinkest people I know. They pink out every single thing. When you're at the walk, you will know Molly's by the pinkest tent. And we have a brand new one, United Healthcare. They have stepped up and become a flagship sponsor for the first time this year. They've been a sponsor for all 20 years of the event, and they took that next step to become a flagship sponsor. So there's some of our amazing sponsors.
And there is a significance to why this event is done during October.
Yes, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is October.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we want everybody to gather around because, as Samantha was saying, we have those 500 survivors. We know there are more survivors of breast cancer, and we want to make sure they know that the community is here to support them. That's what these 30,000 people are. It's the Las Vegas community coming to support the journey of these hundreds of survivors. And it's a celebration of what they're going through, right? It's the celebration of their fight, but it's also remembering, unfortunately, those that we lost and celebrating their life as well. That's what makes it so special.
Early detection is key in all cancers.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that we have more and more survivors every year, especially for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk, which is coming up October 27th at Red Rock.
Yep.
I got to add this to my calendar now.
Yes.
On a Sunday.
Last Sunday of October.
You know, the American Cancer Society is involved in so many different events. I know, Josiah, several years ago, we were talking about Relay for Life.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about melanoma awareness, breast cancer awareness. I often talk pancreatic cancer. There are so many different cancers and groups of people that the ACS is there to help.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a program that we talked about where volunteers could step up and say, hey, I can give people a lift to get to their cancer treatments, get them to their doctor's appointments. One of the things, of course, that we ask Josiah, Samantha, every time on Talking Solutions is, what can we do to help you?
That's a great question. We are always looking for volunteers to drive patients for our Road to Recovery program to and from. We are looking for people to attend our events, to support not only the American Cancer Society here locally, but also those survivors and families, whether they're still going through or they've been in remission for years. But also, we're looking for volunteers to help us with the events. There's lots of ways you can get involved. Just pick up the phone and call us. We can help guide you to what you're passionate about in ways that work with your schedule. If you would like to be a part of the American Cancer Society here in Las Vegas.
Phone number?
You can call 1-800-227-2345. Or if you want to call and speak to us locally, call 702-891-9009.
And you know, I'll have all that information, links and everything on the Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of our discussion today. Website would be another place where we could get involved with the American Cancer Society locally, helping out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because who among us has not been affected by someone in your life, affected by cancer, people we've lost? I'm never going to get over losing my friend when she was 50. She was great and vibrant and one of the most positive people I ever knew. Mm-hmm. And she didn't find that melanoma until it was too late.
Scary.
We have all lost people like that in our lives. So I think the best way to honor them is to carry on, be healthy ourselves, and live a good, long life. Never forget them. And in their honor, do things to help groups like the American Cancer Society.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
It really is. And I think what Samantha was saying is that if you want to step up and do something, like you just mentioned, the American Cancer Society has a way for you to do that. Whether it's something specific or you just want to step up and do something, we can point you in a direction, or we can help you find where you can put that passion to good use. That's the great thing I love about the American Cancer Society, is that we're the nation's largest organization fighting cancer. We are leading the fight. We want you to join us, and we need that help because we have maybe 3,000 employees nationwide, but we have over 2 million volunteers. We are a volunteer-led organization, and we need more volunteers, whether it's taking folks to and from their treatment, planning some of these events, survivors talking to other survivors through our Reach to Recovery program. There is going to be something for you to do, and we appreciate every single volunteer. Them, along with the survivors, are the reason why our organization exists.
Volunteers make the difference in in this world.
They really
And
do.
if you got the time and the energy and the passion, you can do something really special.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter what it is. If you're an Uber driver, a Lyft driver, and you go, I'm out in my car anyway, I'd love to take some people to their chemo or to their doctor's appointments, help there. Be behind one of the tables at one of your events and hand out pamphlets, greet people, and hand out bananas for snacks. Part of making strides against breast cancer. Be involved with one of the Relay for Life events. You guys have all kinds of different happenings around town all year long. You got stuff going on. So if you want to help out the American Cancer Society here in Southern Nevada, get to it.
Yeah.
Not everybody has the time to do that either. So if there's another way, whether it's donations or a memorial program, there's other ways you can honor those that you know that have been touched by cancer if you don't have the actual time to donate as well.
Yeah, I don't know of any charities that say, I'm sorry, we don't need your money.
I didn't want to say it that way.
I'll come right out and say it. If you don't have the time or the energy, but you do have the checkbook, bring it.
Yeah.
$5. And it doesn't have to be a huge, substantial amount. It's the thought.
Just a real quick story. My mom, she cleans homes, and there is this little girl in this home. She knew that I worked for the American Cancer Society. And so she put a little donation bag attached to her bedroom door and collected change to donate to the American Cancer Society. She donated $1.83.
How old was she?
She was 6.
Oh.
She worked hard. She asked everybody she knew, and whether it was a penny, a quarter, or a dollar, every single one makes a difference. Mm-hmm. And she was very, very proud, and we were very, very thankful for that.
Boy, that touches your heart, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And when you're 6 years old, you could use $1.83 for all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yes. You go to the dollar store, you can get candy, you get toys, all of that.
Don't you always see on TV stories about the little kid who has the lemonade stand and to donate money to cancer research or for some wonderful cause? Because kids are the purest form of volunteers who really put their heart into it and try to make a difference. That's one of the reasons why I feel really good about our future, because I think the kids are going to set the path for the rest of us. And I love what I see in children.
Yep. And we have a lot of kids that come out to volunteer for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk. We have about 500 to 600 volunteers every year, and I would say probably 3/4 of them are college age or younger. And they are cheerleaders. They pick up trash. They help check people in, hand out water. They do pretty much everything and anything we need them to do with a smile, and they're so excited to be there. If you're looking for an opportunity to volunteer, you don't necessarily want to do the walk, but you need to get some volunteer hours in, or you just want to do it, call us at 702-891-9009 number, and we will get you hooked up with some volunteer opportunities.
You mentioned the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk. Sunday, October 27th at Red Rock. What a great place to walk. Yeah. Plus, you could hang out all day long at downtown Summerlin. Who doesn't want to do that?
Right. Go back into Red Rock. They're going to have some great deals with their Project Pink that day as well.
Of course they will. What a smart thing to do. Right? Let's market to the 30,000 people who are just going to happen to be right here that day.
And if you want to get involved as a team leader, or if you're listening to this and you want to be a sponsor for the event, you can get involved that way as well. Call 702-891-9009. Did we give you the website for the walk?
Gimme.
makingstrideswalk.org/Las Vegas NV. You can go there, email us, our number's there, and you can register your team there as well. And if you're interested in coming out to the kickoff breakfast, which is coming up on August 22nd, it is an invite event. Call that number, request your invite, because we want to make sure we're really getting those people there that have a strong desire to do something about this. So if you're interested in getting involved, go ahead and give us a call. We'd be happy to send you an invitation.
Of course, all the information, links, and everything on the Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of our discussion today. Samantha, Josiah, am I forgetting anything?
Instagram and Facebook, Making Strides LV. We are live and doing lots of stuff there.
Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, this year's walk. Last year was 30,000. This year you're going to do even more. It's going to be amazing. Sunday, October 27th at Red Rock. Kickoff breakfast Thursday, August 22nd. That also is at Red Rock.
Correct.
You guys probably all also would like to know how many of us are going to show up for breakfast that
would help, yes.
All the information on the Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of our discussion today. There is just a ton of different topics that we could cover. So I got to ask you, Samantha, Josiah, come back here more often and talk to me about the American Cancer Society and the ways we can all be of assistance.
I would love to.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
And thank you for joining us today on Talking Solutions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.